Good morning, students. We were doing chapter 6 of part A, Judiciary. Today, beta, we are going to do what is the composition of Supreme Court, and in this we will do about the tenure of the Supreme Court judges, eligibilities, their retirement age, their salary, etc., etc. So let us start with the composition of the Supreme Court. Yes, beta. Supreme Court is having at present 32 members, including Chief Justice of India. And what is the maximum limit of the judges of Supreme Court? 34. 34 judges at least maximum can be there in Supreme Court, but at present 32 are there, including Chief Justice of India. Article 124 of our Constitution give powers to Parliament to increase the number of judges in Supreme Court. When Supreme Court was made, beta, at that time the number of judges in Supreme Court was 8 only, because population and cases were also less at that time. Then in April 1986, the number of the judges was increased from 17 to 25. And slowly, year after years, the number of the judges in Supreme Court is increasing because the cases are also increasing. Okay, so Article 127(1) makes provision for the appointment of ad hoc judges even. If there is more pressure on the pressure of work on the Supreme Court, then Supreme Court is having, President is having power to appoint ad hoc judges also. It is written in Article 127(1), and for some time period these ad hoc judges will work, and when their work will be finished, then they will be removed from their post. Okay, so but what is the qualification of these ad hoc judges? Same as which are prescribed for the Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court and High Court. They must fulfill those eligibilities. Then next is appointment. Who appoints Chief Justice and other judges of India? First of all, the President will appoint the Chief Justice of India. Then in consultation with the Chief Justice of India, he will appoint other judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Okay, beta. Then qualification. First qualification is he or she should be the citizen of India. Second, he or she should have experience of an advocate for at least 10 years in High Court. Third eligibility, he or she must have experience of a judge in High Court for at least 5 years. And last one is he or she should be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of a president. Okay, then what is term of Supreme Court judges and other judges? But this is the age of retirement of Supreme Court judges is 65 years, and the age of retirement of High Court judges is 62 years. Then salary and allowances of the Supreme Court judges. But earlier now the Supreme Court Chief Justice of India, Supreme Court's high authority we can say, was taking 1 lakh salary per month, but according to 7th Pay Commission, his salary is increased by 1 lakh to 2.8 lakh rupees per month. Okay, in the same way, the other judges were earlier taking 90,000 rupees per month, but now according to 7th Pay Commission, they are taking 2,50,000 per month, rupees per month. Okay, and other allowances, so many facilities they are getting, like electricity bill, telephone bill, and all these other allowances they are also getting. Now today's next topic is what is the jurisdiction of High Court. Yesterday we have done the jurisdiction of Supreme Court, so today we are going to do the jurisdiction of High Court. Beta, what is the jurisdiction of High Court? First of all, beta, original jurisdiction. Give it the cases which can be heard directly into the High Court. There is no need to go in lower courts or subordinate courts. इसमें बेटा कौन कौन से केसेस आते हैं? फर्स्ट आते हैं बेटा अंडर आर्टिकल 226. Every High Court has been empowered to issue writs to save the fundamental rights of the citizens. This power is given to Supreme Court also, but if the person is not able to go to Supreme Court, then he can file his case in the High Court of his state. So the first original jurisdiction is this only, which is written in Article 226. High Court is having power to issue writs, to give orders, to give orders to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. Okay. Then next is election petitions. Election related disputes can be heard directly in the High Court. Okay. Third is the original jurisdiction of High Court also extend to the matter of violation of fundamental rights. Then second jurisdiction is appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction means ki which are appeals against the lower courts. Okay, so it can hear those appeals, those civil cases in which the amount at least involved is at least rupees 5,000. Okay, second is appeal in cases of income tax, sales tax, etc. can be heard by the High Court. Okay, and any case involving the interpretation of the constitution or law is also brought to the High Court in appeal. Then next is judicial review. Judicial review power is given to both the courts, Supreme Court as well as High Court. Okay, if High Court thinks that any law which is made by state government is violating any article of constitution, then it is having power to declare that law null and void, cancelled. This power of High Court is called judicial review. So judicial review power is also very important jurisdiction of Supreme Court and High Court. Both are having. Then beta next is court of record. Court of record. High Court is also court of record. Okay, all the decisions will be recorded, will be printed, and these will act as laws for lower courts in future. So all these are the jurisdiction of High Court. Okay, so hence we can बेटा अगर हम साथ में ये टॉपिक भी करना चाहें, जैसे हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस की अपॉइंटमेंट वगैरह बेटा सेम ही है सबका. जैसे जो हाई कोर्ट जजेस हैं they must also have the same eligibilities. The retirement age is their 62 years. ठीक है, they will be appointed by the president but in consultation with governor also and council of minister of the state, chief minister of the state. Okay beta, some more people will be involved in the appointment of the high court judges. Okay beta, their tenure is 62 years. They can be removed by impeachment only. Okay, qualification is also same beta, most probably. Okay, see, first he or she must be the citizen of India. Second, he should held a judicial office in the territory of India for at least 10 years. Or third is he has been an advocate or of one or more high courts for at least 10 years. So same eligibilities are there for the high court judges also beta. Okay, so with this topic is over. Goodbye.